All right, let's dive right in. Today we're cracking open a book that I think is an absolute game changer in our crazy, distracted world. It's Cal Newport's Deep Work. Okay, let me ask you something, and be honest. Do you ever get to the end of a long day? I'm talking 8, 10, maybe even 12 hours, and you feel completely exhausted? You've been busy, right? Firing off emails, jumping from meeting to meeting, but when you actually stop and think about it, you have this sinking feeling, what did I really get done today? What did I actually produce? Yeah, that feeling. If that rings a bell, you're not going crazy. It's what I call the curse of busy without results. And look, it's not your fault, it's a trap, and it's probably the biggest thing holding you back from achieving something truly meaningful. Think about it. We are living in an economy that's fighting for our attention. Every single ping, every buzz, every little red notification dot, it's all meticulously engineered to pull you away from what you're doing. Our brains are literally being rewired for constant distraction, and in the process, we're losing the one skill that matters most, the ability to actually concentrate. But here's the good news. What if you could fight back? What if you could develop a kind of superpower that makes you almost immune to all that digital noise? Well, according to Cal Newport, you can. And he argues that this skill, it's not just some nice little productivity hack. No, it's the single most valuable skill in the 21st century economy. It's called deep work. So what exactly is deep work? Well, you know that feeling when you're completely in the zone, time just melts away, and you're so locked in on a task that the rest of the world disappears? That's it. It's when you're working without any distractions, pushing your brain to its absolute limit. This is where the magic happens. It's where you create real value, learn difficult things fast, and produce work that's, well, hard for other people to do. And to really get it, you have to understand its opposite, shallow work. Think of it like this. Deep work is the hard stuff, the cognitively demanding tasks like writing code, developing a business strategy, or mastering a new skill. It creates new value. Shallow work, on the other hand, that's all the logistical stuff. Answering emails, scheduling meetings, posting on social media. It's easy, it's often distracting, and almost anyone can do it. The huge problem is most of us spend our entire day swimming in the shallow end thinking we're being productive when we're really just treading water. And this is where it gets really exciting. Cal Newport puts it perfectly. The ability to do deep work is becoming super rare. Right at the same time, it's becoming super valuable. You see what that means? It's a classic supply and demand problem. While everyone else is getting more and more distracted, if you can master the skill of focus, you become invaluable. You become indispensable. It's your secret weapon. Okay, so you're probably thinking, great, I'm in. How do I actually do this? Well, the cool thing is, Newport knows we're all different. He lays out 4 main philosophies, so you can pick the one that fits your life. Let's walk through them. First up, we have the most hardcore approach, the monastic philosophy. You can literally picture it, right? It's like a writer who goes off grid, moves into a cabin in the woods with no internet, and just writes their masterpiece. You basically eliminate almost all shallow work. Now, obviously, this is pretty extreme and not practical for most of us, but man, the results can be legendary. All right, a little more practical for the rest of us is the bimodal philosophy. This is all about splitting your time into 2 modes. For example, maybe you dedicate a few full days or even a whole week to nothing but deep work. You lock yourself away. But then, the rest of the time, you're back online, collaborating and handling all that other stuff. It gives you these dedicated, protected blocks for deep focus, while still staying connected. Now, we're getting to what's probably the most popular and sustainable approach for a lot of people, the rhythmic philosophy. The idea here is simple. Make deep work a regular, consistent habit. Turn it into a rhythm. Maybe every single morning from 8 to 9:30, that's your sacred deep work time. No exceptions. The phone's off, email is closed. You just do it, day in and day out, like clockwork. And last, we have the journalistic philosophy. This one gets its name from journalists who have to be able to switch into writing mode on a dime whenever a story breaks. This is for people with super unpredictable schedules. You basically train your brain to drop into a state of deep work whenever you get a free moment. Maybe you have a 45-minute gap between meetings. Boom, deep work time. But I gotta warn you, this one's for the pros. It takes a ton of mental discipline. So no matter which of those 4 paths you lean towards, there's a catch. You can't just decide to do deep work. It doesn't work like that. You have to build a ritual around it. You need to create a set of cues that tells your brain, okay, it's go time, it's time to focus. And that ritual is all about answering a few key questions before you even start. First, where are you gonna work? Find a specific spot. Second, for how long? Put a timer on it. Third, what are the rules? For example, no internet, no phone. And fourth, What do you need to support yourself? Get your coffee, your water, your research notes, have it all ready. The point is to remove all the friction so when it's time to start, you just start. This is so important. You have to be ruthless about protecting your focus. Your attention is your most valuable asset. That means the phone isn't just on silent mode on the desk next to you. No way. It's in a different room entirely. And when you take a break, you're not jumping onto social media that just fragments your attention even more. Go for a walk, stare out the window, let your brain actually rest. And for every single session, you need one clear, specific goal. Know exactly what done looks like. You know, when you start working this way, your entire mindset shifts. You stop caring about being busy and you start caring about being productive. You measure your day not by hours logged, but by valuable output created. And the change is, well, it's extraordinary. It all comes down to this simple but powerful formula. The amount of high-quality work you produce equals the time you spend multiplied by your intensity of focus. See that? It's a multiplier. This is why 2 hours of pure, deep, uninterrupted focus can create more value than an entire 8-hour day of distracted, stop-and-start shallow work. It's not about working longer, it's about working deeper. And this is where we have to get really honest with ourselves and watch out for something Newport calls false busyness. It's that addictive feeling you get from clearing out your email inbox. You feel super productive, right? But did it actually move you closer to finishing that big, important project? Probably not. We have to remember, productivity is not about the volume of tasks you complete. It's about the value you create. Okay, so we've talked about rituals to start your deep work, but there's one more that's just as critical, a ritual to end your day, a shutdown ritual. This is how you tell your brain, we're done for today, you can relax now. It can be simple. You just take a final look at your to-do list, make a quick plan for what you'll tackle tomorrow, maybe even say out loud, shutdown complete. And then you disconnect. Fully. This isn't about being lazy. It's about letting your mind recover so you can be sharp and focused again tomorrow. So let me leave you with this final thought. What is that one incredible thing you could accomplish if you just gave yourself the permission and the space for real, deep focus? What's the book you could write, the business you could launch, the skill you could master? It's not a fantasy. It's totally possible. It's just waiting for you on the other side of all those distractions. Look, if you want to keep sharpening your mind and really learn how to master your focus, make sure you subscribe to the AI Bookworm. We dive into game-changing books like this every single day to give you the key insights you need to boost your productivity. Thanks for tuning in.